Hi guys, it's Kiarker here and I am back with another speed build. This speed build was requested by Yaya Williams. This one's for you. It is a spooky family, kinda haunted-esque house, right in time for Halloween. I really had fun building this. My inspiration for like the general look of the outside of the house was the film Monster House. I don't know if you guys ever saw it. It was a really old film. I think, was it DreamWorks? I'm not sure. Maybe it was Disney. It was a movie about a house that was essentially alive and could like eat people and stuff, and it was kind of scary, but it was actually a kid's movie. But I don't know, I really loved that movie growing up, so when I got this request to do like a spooky house, I was like, oh my god, I have to do Monster House. So it kind of looks like that. But here I am. I just wanted to have like a little entryway, like the house was gonna be like on a little raised hill thing. And this was kind of because, you know, I've been working on my terrain skills recently and I just kind of wanted to keep, you know, honing that and try more, like add it in more to my builds since I usually avoid using terrain tool. So yeah, I'm pretty happy that I challenged myself to use it. I mean, it's not that complicated of a use here, but I don't know, I think it works out. I end up changing the placement of those stairs actually, but you'll see later. Here I am just setting up the house, putting in some beams, just trying to get a feel for architecturally what this is gonna look like. It's a fairly large size house. It has, let's see, it has 3 bedrooms. Well, technically 4, but there's a room in the basement that you'll see later, and we'll talk about that when we get there. Here I am just setting up the roof, you know, just getting an idea of how this is gonna look. Yeah, while I'm building this, I mean, I was just on YouTube and I saw that The Sims is gonna release a Snowy Escape expansion pack. Did you guys see that? I'm actually pretty excited for it. The trailer hasn't released as of me recording this, but they released the little image and like the official name of it and stuff. And I'm actually pretty excited. I'm really excited to have, you know, some sort of Asian themed world for once. Because I know that San Myshuno was like kind of Asian inspired, but like not explicitly. But from the images that they showed of the Snowy Escape, it looks like it's going to explicitly be in an Asian country. It looks like Japan to me, but I'm not sure. But I'm really excited for that. I hope you guys are too. And I'm definitely going to be getting that pack when it comes out so that I can see all the build objects and create, I don't know, cool snowy cabins and like a ski lodge or something. I don't know, that'd be so fun. I'm really excited for it. Let me know if you guys are gonna get it, or if you have any complaints about it. I don't know. There's always seems to be some sort of drama or issue with EA and the Sims community, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's a problem with this one, but I am very excited for it, personally. Here I am just putting in windows and stuff. Do you see how this is inspired by Monster House? If you know the film. It kind of has like the windows as like the eyes, and it's really cool in the film, like the roof can like move and become its eyebrows so it looks all angry and stuff. That was a great film. I think about it a lot. Here I am just, you know, adjusting the hill, making sure the stairs are kind of lined up with the door so it's like a direct path to the house. Here's where I started to have some problems with the terrain tool. I've never used it for this purpose before, so I was just trying to figure out how this would work. But it ended up turning out pretty well. I wish I didn't go with the black staircases. They kind of are very black, and in the screenshots it kind of looks like, I don't know, a big black block in the middle of the lot. I kind of wish I went for like brown staircases or something just a little bit more soft. It was kind of a rookie mistake, but it's okay. I think it looks fine. Here I'm just messing around with, you know, the entrance, what it's gonna look like, figuring out why the heck the terrain tool isn't letting me put things there. I actually ended up just like giving up that battle, and instead of putting the stone walkway, I just put like a dirt little path there, which ends up, you know, working out since this is supposed to be like a spooky rundown home. I figured, you know, a little dirt path would work fine. There it is, little dirt path. And yeah, just, you know, throwing in those staircases too. Wish I didn't use black, but it's fine. I'll keep it in mind next time. Here I'm just putting in the stairwell, or the rails on top. Just messing around, seeing what I want it to look like. Those beams are from the Strangerville pack. I really like the build objects from the Strangerville pack. I wasn't a huge fan of like the gameplay, because I don't really like narrative sim packs, but I did really like the build objects. I use them a lot. I used a lot of them in my Victorian build, and whenever I do like old houses like this, I usually use their windows. It really fits, and I love how all the wood matches, because sometimes EA just doesn't match their wood, and I don't know why. So I do like that pack. Here I'm just putting in windows, making sure everything is all, symmetrical and even and parallel, because I just kind of get really antsy about that if my windows and doors aren't, looking really even, if you know what I mean. Here I am just adjusting the windows, making sure that the front and back are the same. They didn't need to be, that's just a me thing. I like my build to all the way around be pretty symmetrical. And that's just the general look of what the house is going to be. I end up going for a kind of rundown looking out exterior. Yeah, that one, the blue one. It had like a really rough texture to it, and I thought it helped, make this house look pretty old and dingy. I was considering other colors, but I ended up I like the blue. And I don't usually do blue on houses, but I really did like this one, so. Trying a lot of new things these days. Here I am just, using the dirt tool, putting in plants. I wanted this house to look really overgrown, and it took me a while to figure out how I wanted to do that, because a lot of the plants are really pretty, and I was like, oh man, I need like gross looking old plants, because this is a rundown, spooky house. So I ended up using the live edit objects cheat to find some plants that I thought fit with the vibe. I really like that bush there, but I just couldn't get it close enough to the house. Something about the terrain tool and the plant, it wasn't working. So I ended up using this bush instead, which I think works because it's pretty, but it's also very, it looks overgrown. There's a lot of it, and I just ended up liking how that looks. Like this family never uses their lawn or takes care of their plants. It all just kind of grows on itself. Yeah, I like it. Here I am just moving the plants around, surrounding the house, making it look like it's sitting in this bed of overgrown plants. I use a lot of greenery in this build actually, because I didn't want it to appear like an empty lot. I use the word overgrown a lot, I know in the past minute, but that's just what it was. I just wanted it to look very overgrown. A lot of weeds, a lot of plants, really out of control. That was the vibe. I'm just putting in some rocks. I always just put rocks randomly everywhere. I don't know. To me, it just looks more natural. Like there's just random stuff everywhere, like you would find in nature. Here I'm putting in some grass, some other things, figuring out how I'm gonna fill up that top space next to the house. Ended up doing this with the plants. Use that grass and I just filled it in. I discovered that it's hard to do greenery when you're also using the terrain tool. I read a suggestion once that said put down your plants and then use the terrain tool, and apparently that works a lot better. The problem with that for me is that that requires a lot of planning ahead, and my sense of building is very improvisational. It's just I get into a flow of things, so it's pretty hard for me to plan ahead unless it's like a complicated build, like the waterfall build I did. I had to plan ahead for that one because I didn't want to make you guys watch 5 hours of me figuring out what to do. But this one was pretty improv. And so sometimes the plans don't sit exactly right, but it's fine. It looks great. It looks like what it needs to look like. Here I'm just putting in some more plants. I lined this path with rocks. I don't know about this decision. It's fine. I've seen other builders do this where the path rock thing. And it always looks good when they do it, and I don't know if it looks good when I do it. Maybe it's just the grass is greener on the other side. I don't know. But I think it looks fine. I ended up putting bushes and weeds and stuff on the side, again, for the overgrown feel. put some rocks down there, you know, to establish more of a pathway. Oh god, I really wish I didn't choose these black stairs. It's fine. It's fine. I need to get over it. It's okay. Here I am just adding in dirt spots around the lot to make it seem a lot more old and worn down. Change the decking to some sort of wood. And I considered changing this path. I just couldn't find another stone that I liked, so I ended up just settling on the one I originally had, which is fine. I still like it. I just kind of wish there was like a cracked foundation or something that I could have used there, but it's okay. It really does look fine. Now let's move to the inside of the house. I ended up building the staircase really big in the middle here, because I like the idea of those old homes where you walk right into the entrance and then there's like that grand staircase. So that was just, you know, the inspiration. And here I am just, you know, putting in the rails, laying out the place. I just put in a basement there. You'll see why later. I think you're already guessing, but there's gonna be a basement. Just put a door to the basement. I wanted it to have like a creepy entryway, because you know how there's that thing about kids being scared of their basements growing up, because you look down the stairs and it's all dark and scary. That was just what I was going for, so I made the basement entrance as creepy and small and dark as I could. And then I decided to put it in the kitchen area. I was gonna put a bathroom in on the first floor, and then I just decided not to. It just didn't really fit the vibe, because like if this was like a house I would use for gameplay, then yes, I put a bathroom down there just for convenience, but it's not for gameplay, so I was just like, yeah, it's fine. Here I'm building the bedrooms. Yaya Williams requested that this be for a mom and a dad, and then 2 boys and a girl, so I kind of thought about giving each of the boys one in their room and then putting the girl in the attic, as like, I don't know, if this is a spooky house, maybe she's like deranged, or like there's some like family secret or something, or I don't know. I just ended up giving her her own room and just putting the 2 boys in one room because I felt bad putting her in the attic. And then I just ended up using that attic space as like an actual attic, which I've never done before, but we'll talk about that when we get there. Here I am just putting in lighting. I chose those custom content lights. I just thought they looked kind of old and nice. And I believe we're gonna move on to the walls now. It took me a while to figure out what kind of wallpaper I wanted to use. I ended up going for like what is it? It's like wallpaper, like baseboard around it. I think that's what's called baseboard. Yeah, I used that wallpaper. And then you'll see later I go in with the painting decor that makes walls look old and stuff. You'll see. Okay, so let's do the kitchen now. I ended up using these custom content counters that I thought looked pretty old, but, you know, still usable, you know. And I went in this, you know, black color. I just thought the black fit. Took me a while to figure out how I was gonna configure this kitchen. But, you know, eventually I settled on just having it like this, essentially, where there's one corner and then another corner, and then, yeah. I couldn't really fit a kitchen island in here. I usually put islands, but couldn't fit it here. It's fine. Ended up putting a big rug in the middle, you'll see. Here I'm just, you know, messing around, figuring out where I'm gonna put the stove. I ended up using that custom content stove. It's a very pretty stove, and I like it a lot. And I use it for a lot of modern builds, but I also feel like it kind of has a vintage vibe to it, so I used it for this too. That fridge is a little bit too modern for this build. I wish I used a different fridge. I just couldn't find one that I liked, but it's fine. It still works. I love that old rundown rug from the game. It just totally is so useful whenever I'm doing builds like this. I need to find more custom content rugs that look like crap, because I have to do a lot of builds like this where it's a rundown house or some sort of, I don't know, spooky environment. Rundown rugs are great. I need more. Here I'm just, you know, decorating, putting little bits and bops everywhere like I always do, figuring out what I'm gonna put in that cabinet, cutting board, little, I don't know, bottles, I guess. Just figuring out, you know, what is it gonna look like. I thought about putting these vine things on the outside. I ended up scrapping it. I just didn't really like how it looked. Just really in terms of the color, I didn't like how it was colored. It looked kind of, I don't know. I honestly just didn't like the way the mesh looked, to be honest. And that's an EA mesh too. It just looked kind of, I don't know. It didn't look good to me. Anyways, I feel like I finished the kitchen there. Did I? No. Okay, here we go. Yeah, see this is what I was talking about earlier. The little rundown spots that you can put on the wall. I use these all over the house, just to add to the rundown feel. I use those, and then I use these little hole things, and then I use like the water stains, because I wanted this house to look like really decrepit, and like people are living here, but they really shouldn't, you know, like this house is falling apart kind of vibe. And yeah, ugh, it's gross in there, but you know, it works. Here I'm just using a kitchen table. I ended up using mismatching chairs, which I usually don't do, but I thought that it worked with, you know, this is a creepy family, and you know, maybe they just grabbed what they could, or like these are some sort of family heirloom chairs. I don't know. But I thought it worked having all these different chairs. Something kind of uneasy and offsetting about it, I guess. I ended up going with this little tin full of wheat as their centerpiece. I thought it was so cute and so interesting to just have like a thing of wheat there. And it definitely fits with the vibe. Put in a rug there. I really liked old looking rugs in this build, so I used a lot of those. And let's see, what do I do now? I put in a table on the side, yeah, and then just put some stuff on top there, just so that there's a little bit more in the dining room rather than just the table. I used a lot of EA side tables in this, just because, I don't know, they made a lot of old looking side tables, and a lot of my custom content looks modern. So it just worked out that way, where I used a lot of game content. It took me a while to find a statue here. I ended up going with that little horse thing. I thought it was cute and also weirdly mysterious, because I would just have a random statue of a horse. I don't know. It's like a cursed statue. I feel like you could definitely come up with a lot of different stories about what the heck is going on with this house. Like maybe they're like haunted by a ghost, or maybe they're crazy, or maybe they're like secretly like vampires or losing their mind as they get older and older and older. I don't know, a lot of cool things you could do with this. I didn't want to like explicitly make this house for one particular idea, because I just kind of wanted to leave it up to, you know, your guys' imagination of what this looks like. But I just wanted to go with the vibe of spooky, mysterious, something's going on but you don't know quite what kind of vibe. So yeah, let me know if you have any conspiracy theories about what's happening inside this house. Here I am putting in the rugs. I really like that rug, the one with the birds in the living room. It's so pretty. Putting in a fireplace, because you definitely need a fireplace in a creepy house, because you can do all sorts of messed up things with a fireplace. Here I am trying to find, I wanted a mirror over the mantelpiece, but I couldn't find a mirror that fit, so I just ended up putting a painting there, and it still works. Let's see, what am I doing? Trying to find statues for the mantle. Put that little chicken thing there. Thought it was cute and equally mysterious. Why does this family have so many statues of animals? I don't know, maybe they're witches. That'd be cool. That'd be cool if this was like a creepy witch's house. But here I'm putting in some chairs. Those are actually from the vampire pack from the game. Like I said, like I use a lot of content from the game just because, again, most of my custom content is more modern looking, and the game does a pretty good job of giving me a lot of creepy old content. So there we go. Here I'm just figuring out how these chairs are gonna look. Put in a coffee table in the middle and decorate that. Let's see, what else did I put in here? I believe I put some, yeah, I put a side table with a lamp, I believe. I built this last night, so I'm having trouble remembering what I did. But here I am going in with a lamp. I really like that lamp with the fringe, it's so pretty. I love that in real life. It gives me like Stevie Nicks vibes. But for the purposes of this build, it gives me spooky vibes. Here I am putting in a rocking chair in the corner, because rocking chairs are also very creepy. They're always used in horror movies. It's always like you hear the chair rocking and it's like, oh my god, who's sitting in it? And you look and there's no one sitting in the chair, but it's rocking by itself. Like there's a ghost. You know what I'm talking about? That trope in horror movies. Yeah. And then I put another trope, which is the big scary mirror. A lot of inspiration from horror movies in this build. Here I am just decorating the walls again. Because I wanted these walls to be like cluttered with stuff. Like this is a very old house and they've lived here for a very long time. Put a little reading nook over here. With this big back chair. I love that chair. I've used that chair a couple times. It's very nice. Very interesting chair. And I believe that's it for the living room. Let's move upstairs to the bathroom. Put in a bathtub. I love that bathtub. It's from the Cats and Dogs pack. And I love like it's just so interesting that it has the end going up so you can like sit in it. It's very nice. I wish I had a bathtub like that in real life. But I thought the unusual shape of it kind of added to the creepiness of the house. Here I am going just back in with those details that make the house look old. Putting them pretty much randomly wherever I think looks right for, you know, aging. Tried to put the water stains up near the ceiling like something was dripping down, you know? And yeah. I really like how this build turned out. It looks really gross. It's wonderful. Here I'm just setting up the parents' room. It took me a while to find a bed. I ended up going with this blue one here. There's not a lot of blue in this house, but the color kind of worked because it was pretty muted. And I didn't want any bright colors in this house, so I like that. Going in with some lamps. I go with those old-timey fashion candle holder thingies. I think, or those gas lamps. I don't know what those are, but they look old, and that is the vibe. Here I'm going in with an old rug. I love the way the fringe looks on this mesh. It looks so good. Here I'm just putting in a, what's it called, a dresser. That old dresser from the base game, I believe. Another creepy mirror. There's gonna be lots of creepy mirrors in this build. I'm gonna set up a desk in the corner here. I do give them computers just because, I don't know, I give them like the old computers though, so it's still old and creepy. You can do a lot of creepy stuff with computers, you know? Put in another reading corner over here. What chair do I use? I use that one, yes. Lovely leather chair with a nice little lamp next to it. This is just basically the floor lamp version of that fringe lamp downstairs. I really like fringe lamps, they're so interesting. Here I am putting in some paintings. It's my creepy ancestral paintings, like who are these people? You never know. I'll put in a half bathroom here, just because I have the space. And then the bedroom in the back is for the two boys. I went with these wireframe black and white beds, those. And yeah, I mean, it's a small bedroom, it's a little cramped, but I think it works. Put in a rug. Now here's me just figuring out how to make anything fit in here. I end up using this little vampire pack wardrobe thing. And then I put in a desk for them and a chair and that same old-timey computer. I was gonna put candles there, but the candles next to the computer seemed a little bit weird to me, like a very clashing image, so I just put a little lamp there instead. Again, more creepy family paintings. And a lamp. Yep, there's the lamp. And I believe that's all I do for the boys' room. Oh no, I put a little violin in the corner. Again, just horror movie tropes. Violins can be used a lot, you know, as a creepy instrument. At least to me. I don't know. Here I am decorating the girls' room. I go with this Victorian-looking bed there. And I gave her, again, some creepy family paintings. A side table with a lamp. I believe she gets the fringe lamp. Oh no, she gets that lamp. And some, you know, papers and stuff. I don't know, maybe they're doing research on something. Maybe there's like a curse they have to crack. Again, like, totally, if you guys are watching this, just come up with whatever story that you want in your head about like what the heck is going on with this family. Comment down below what your idea is. Here I'm just finding a carpet for her. to just, you know, match with the vibe of the room. I really like these old carpets. I love this custom content set. Those carpets are amazing. Put in a computer for her and a lamp. Figuring out what lamp. Oh yeah, I use the fridge lamp. The fridge lamp again. I love that lamp. Putting in some files. So it seems like, I don't know, she uses that desk for work or something. Put in a plant, I believe. Did I? Yeah, I put in, no, I didn't. I take that back. No, I do. I put in a lamp, yeah, okay. Putting in a dresser and a mirror. And now just decorating the walls with, you know, random the creepiest paintings I could find. I don't have a lot of creepy paintings. I just tried to find old looking paintings that could possibly be creepy. Just kind of rolled with it. Here's me just figuring out how to decorate this living area space. I ended up putting like a little bench thing there. And then I put a bookcase and a dresser, I believe, right over there. And then you can see that the ladder to the attic is in its own little space, again to add to that creepiness, like a hidden, you know, doorway or something. And then I put another dresser over here because, again, I wanted to fill and clutter this space a lot. Mirror, putting in some flowers. Those flowers may be a little bit too nice for this area, but yeah, it works. It's okay. Maybe it's like their one thing of fresh flowers in this house. Now moving on to the attic, I believe. Or no, we're gonna put a few things on this wall first. Let's see what we put. We put painting and another painting. And now we move to the attic. So the idea for this attic was just, I don't know, I've never built an attic before. So in my head, and I've never had an attic before, I never lived in a house that had an attic. So I was just kind of going off of what I've seen in movies, which is just having a bunch of random furniture up here. I really wish that I had like custom content furniture that was like a couch covered under a sheet. And I've seen custom content like that before. I've seen packs where it's like furniture but under sheets and stuff so that you can make it seem like an attic or like an old place or like someone's moving or something. I just didn't have it for this game, and I didn't think ahead of time that I would need it, so I didn't use it. But I still think it looks good. It just put a random collection of furniture in here, made it seem very, you know, shoved in there. Put boxes everywhere, you know. Just like a creepy storage space. Maybe that's like a magical cabinet, you know? Like that's the big family secret. Like it's like Narnia in there or something. Here I'm just putting in more boxes, making it seem as old as I can. Random rugs, put a rug on top of a rug. And then I believe that's all I do. Yeah, I considered putting stuff on the walls, but I was like, why would they hang paintings in their attic? So I ended up not doing that. It's just, you know, a collection of things. I hope you guys like this attic. It's my first attic. And yeah, I believe that's it for that. Now we go down to the basement. It took me a while to figure out what I was gonna do with this basement. And eventually what I decided to do was create like a little workshop space in it, and then on the side a little bedroom. So here's the thing about this. I know that this kind of plays into the whole, you know, when you're growing up and you're playing The Sims, you build like a basement and then you kill the Sims in your basement. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about, and that's not just a creepy thing I used to do. I'm pretty sure it's not just me though, because I remember people always talked about how they like make like torture chambers for their Sims and stuff. Not in a creepy psychopathic way, just in like a, you know, gameplay way. So that was kind of the inspiration, but I didn't explicitly make it like that. It's more up to interpretation how you want to think of this basement. It's got some creepy things down there, like a saw and a workbench and a little cross on the table, so it's got some implications that there's some creepy stuff happening down here. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think that this house is for? Because I certainly don't know. I have an idea, but Yeah, nothing's set in stone. This house could be anything. This could be like a murder house, you know? You could definitely use this as a murder house. But here I am just, you know, adding in some stuff. The scratches on the wall are a little bit on the nose. Maybe they keep a vampire in there, who knows? Put a bookcase there. That back room I ended up deleting, I just didn't need the space. But this side room becomes the little bedroom area thing. Here I'm just figuring out what I'm gonna do with the walls. I put in some drawings, some creepy sketches. I mean, they're not explicitly creepy, it's just creepy in context, you know what I mean? Changed the floors to wood because I didn't like the whole gray box feel. And then made this little bedroom area. If this is gonna, in your little story in your head, if you think that this is a you know, murder bedroom, it's kind of a nice murder bedroom. Has a rug, it's cute. Or it could just be a guest bedroom. You don't have to be weird like me, it's okay. I deleted that back bedroom because I didn't want to, you know, I didn't need the space, so this was fine. Put in some more paintings, and I believe that's the whole build. I hope you guys like this. Thank you to Yaya Williams for suggesting this. This was really fun to make. And yeah, please, you guys, just keep commenting your suggestions or your requests. I do them all the time, and they're really fun to do. And this one was for Halloween, so I hope you guys have a good Halloween. You should watch Monster House. That is my movie suggestion from this build, is to watch Monster House. That's a good film. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Good, babe?